Oh, yes. Just never get tired of listening to that Takanaka. Oh, so good. Patrice Russian intro. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday and welcome. Welcome one and all to Awaken Base. I hope y'all have had a great week. I know I've had a pretty good one myself. It's been getting kind of cold out, but it's sunny out today. So hopefully wherever you are, it's very nice outside. And if not, hopefully you're nice and warm inside. Either way, what we're doing today is something that has been woefully lacking here at the channel since the return here this year. That would be Nobu Saito, the great percussionist slash cornerstone, in my mind, of all great city pop. Anywhere you look at a wonderful city pop album, somewhere hidden in the shadows, hidden layered in that master mix, there's Nobu Saito, baby. He's there. He's there. But what we're doing today is we're going to take a little look at the character. For those of you who do not know who Nobu Saito is, I want to make sure you know exactly who he is by the end of this episode. But we're going to be looking at the first, I guess you'd call it a super group that he was a part of, because he's got his fingers in a lot of pies. He's got some solo albums. I think it's called Virgin Territory is the name of his debut solo album. We'll take a look at it. Take a check out later. But Nobu Caine is cool because this has Toshiki Kadomatsu in there thrown in the mix. So I believe Nobu Saito was the one who started the group, but it's all produced by Toshiki. So we'll check it out. It should be pretty fun. It's described as smooth jazz fusion. So we'll see what that means exactly. But before we jump in there, we'll say good morning to everybody. What's up, Layla? Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bobby, what is up? Yeah, Layla is the man. Metropolitan, what's going on? Go check out the channel if you haven't. He's got a great channel over there. The Texas Man 33, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, well, let's go ahead and go and hop over here and take a look at the man, the myth, the legend, Nobu Saito. Yes, there he is, standing in front of his instrument, his weapon in the arsenal of music. I don't know. I've got low flow today. I'm still drinking my coffee. Still waking up. Anyway, this cat was graced upon this earth on November 6, 1950, and he is still rocking and rolling around, doing stuff. Most recently, I think Nobu Caine released a new album in 2018. So right when I was starting to talk about Nobu Saito, it gave him a little bit of energy, and he was like, some kid in North America's talking about me. I need to make a new album. So let's do that again. Everybody talk about Nobu Saito. Start thinking about it. Maybe we'll get a new album. He's still doing stuff, man. He's 73. He's 73. He's still making music. He's great. Married to the actress Mari Natsuki. Don't know who that is. Anyway, what we're going to be doing today is talking about his first supergroup band, which is called Nobu Caine. And we'll just take a quick look at this here. This is 1989, a jazz funk soul album. But what we got here is, let me see if I can find, here we go. Here are the instrumentalists that I would like to point out. So, of course, at the top there, Nobu Caine. Still not exactly sure where that name came from, but executive produced by Toshiki Kadomatsu. Okay, there we go, right there. Already tells us some of the production value and some of the musical stylings we're going to be hearing today. You can guarantee you're going to get yourself some dueling guitars at some point. It's just a guarantee. Produced by Toshiki and Nobu. Okay, so what does that mean? Not only are we going to have smooth dueling guitars, but it is going to be laid upon the smoothest bed of various percussion instruments from across the percussion instrument line. We're going to have so much stuff. Speaking of percussion, let's look at the musicians. Notice how everybody under the main musicians plays percussion. That right there is a Nobu touch. Now notice how Nobu is percussion and vocals and everybody else is whatever than percussion. Let it be known, Nobu is the number one percussionist. Everybody else number two percussionist. Kind of how it should be, just saying. So, and this is one of the albums where Nobu sings too. I can't remember. I love him so much. I want to say he's got a beautiful voice, but I honestly can't remember, and I have to be unbiased here at the channel as much as I can, even though 3% of my album review chart is Nobu Saito, yes or no. But, you know, we got to at least keep the illusion going. So, you got Nobu Saito in there. Who else? Tomohito Aoki on bass. My goodness. Unbelievable bass player, all over the place. We're going to look at how all these cats intersected with other people and played on other people's albums. Masaki Matsubara, another guitarist who's just awesome, plays a lot with Toshiki Kadomatsu. There's the second guitar on the dueling guitar lines. And then we got Toshiki Kadomatsu doing computer programming, keyboards, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think we're going to get something as crazy as, what was it, Jados? Did I finally say it right? Probably not. But where they've got that rap in there, the Toshiki rap, which almost was the greatest thing of all time, but is pretty good. It's something if you've never heard it. Anyway, we'll talk more about this, but first, let's just dive right into our first track. Our first track, by the way, which was written by Nobu Saito. So this is a good one to start on with. A 6-minute and 46-second song called Asian Wind. I think we're getting into the very, very smooth fusion today. Okay, so starting off cool. It sounds like water. That's not water, baby. That's a synthesizer. That's a good job making waves. Yeah, that's all synthesized. That's a good job. Oh. We're sailing into this song. Quite literally. Oh. Okay. That is a synthesized saxophone right there, baby. Y'all could have sprung for a real saxophone player, Nobu, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on that sick percussion. Percussion bongos intensify. Huh, alright. This is such a strange little motif. Like, the percussion stuff going on in the background, the bass line, very smooth, very cool, but I feel like this is what you get when you have drums and percussion making a band, is these guys are just like, oh yeah, the beat is so smooth. Ah, we need a melody. Crap. Yeah, who's on leads here? It's like nobody on lead. It's just all backing. Oh, we got the engineers here. Yeah, you don't get much more stacked of a lineup than Nobu Caine. It's pretty big. Yeah, Matsubara and Kadomatsu. Ooh, thank you, Daz. Welcome. Thank you for the nice comment here. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Zal? Good morning, my man. Good morning. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up and just highlight here how good the bass sounds. We're just gonna take an Alex 63501 rewind here for a second because we had a good point made by Metropolitan. So Tomohito Aoki, we're going to take a look at him while we're listening to this, but just listen to how smooth his bass is. And we'll talk about this after the track, about how a bass player really sounds like themselves. It's not so much their instrument, it's how they play their instrument. But yeah, just check this sound out on the bass, how it emerges and then how it flows into the next thing. And then we get blown away by that fake sex synth there. But yeah, so what was cool about that, and kind of hard to hear for the uninitiated, and I'm going to initiate you right now as I turn this down a little bit here. What's going on is we got a lot of that low-end bass sound, but then he would come up high and get this very playful, kind of punchy upper line. And what that shows to me, who's played a lot of bass, he's got this balance where it's a little bit more trebly, but he's controlling it to mostly keep the bass very, very low and very warm. But if he ever wants to pop out for something, he just applies a little bit of weight in his fingers and everything just snaps right out. So anytime you're listening here and you hear, Tomohito pop out or just some bass line pop out, that's usually not a mixing thing. That's just him, like, being able to pop out of the texture because he's holding back. There's another good example. He comes in with this little lick. It's very much in the background, but another big thing that I love about Tomohito Aoki is he has such a good control of his switch of, okay, I'm in the background, I just need to be uninvasive and smooth, and occasionally throw in maybe one or two spicy bits. And then he has Unleashed, and he just goes insane. And I want to see if I can find what that album was where he does that double bass album. I forgot what it's called. It's not Parachute, but it's so good. So good. I can't believe this is his earliest stuff is 1982. That's nuts. There we go. Toshiki. Man, Nobu's picking it up over here. He's going nuts. So yeah. Get it, Nobu. Get it. Okay, so Tomohito Aoki, as you can see here, played a lot with Toshiki Kadomatsu. We've got like 3 albums right here, 4 albums, 5 albums. Played with Henri. Played with Jackie Chan, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This is why these guys are the best. So good. Yorrie Kukubu, I Want to Be With You. That's like my personal favorite album. One of my personal favorite albums. Nobu Caine. Some more Nobu Caine. Ooh, Cindy. Angel Touch. That's a cool album. That's a very cool album. All right. And we smash cut into the second track. Okay. So, first track there off of Nobu Caine. Nobu Caine. That was called Asian Wind, written by Nobu Saito, our in-house resident amazing percussionist here. One of the cornerstones of city pop, in my opinion. A career spanning from 1970 all the way until I think his most recent album was 2018. So that's a pretty gnarly 48-year career in there. But who we were just talking about right before that was the bass player of this group, Tomohito Aoki, who I do believe passed away in 2006. Yep. He died, unfortunately, very young, but will be well remembered for the rest of his life for slapping that bass like none other. So good. And just looking at the beginning of his discography will solidify in everyone's minds, oh yeah, I know that guy. Starting off with, oh, wrong credits. Let's go back to the previous one. Starting 1982. Not sure who Nijo is, but Toshiki Kadomatsu, Henri, Kadomatsu. Don't know who Yazkaz is. Jackie Chan. These are big names with big songs on all of these albums as we go. There's Jados. We talked about that. Yorie Kokubu, one of my favorite artists. Like, this guy is undeniably one of the sounds of this genre of this period. And even though, Toshiki Kadomatsu has his own little nested corner of the city pop, community, really this sound is a very important, because I think of things like Cat's Eye and Timely, Cat's Eye, the song specifically. But that is its own kind of like pop, city pop stuff, if that makes sense, which is different from Tatsuro's kind of singer-songwriter city pop stuff. I'm doing the Thriller over here. And then you've also got Toshiki Kadomatsu's like dual guitar going stuff. And then you've got Nobu Saito trying to be Mr. Percussion God guy. Succeeding, by the way. That's my Thriller dance. But yes. Anywho, jumping back to the man himself, the person that we're really here to talk about, Nobu Saito. That was his first track that we listened to, that he wrote. So the second one is going to be one that they arranged that I believe they're referencing Charlie Parker. Because I don't know how many C. Parkers there are out there. But You Are a Great Girl. I'm going to guess that's who that is. We're going to look up the title and see if Charlie Parker is really getting quoted here. But we had a pretty interesting smash cut into the last song. So let's go back and see if we can't get into this one. So this is You Are a Great Girl interlude. Here's the end of our first song. And maybe. Listen to that bass line, though, baby. Sorry, I hope I'm not blasting y'all out there. This is cool, man. I'm glad they finally ditch that synthesizer. Now that synth, I like that. But we got more guitars in there. That bass line, baby. It's funky. It's stanky. What's up, Vibrating Pantsu? Good to see you, brother. Katsumi Hori Project. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's look. Man, we're getting super prog rock. Okay, now this straight up sounds like music from Castlevania 64. Yes. Okay, that's a cool guitar sound. I'm pretty sure that's a guitar. Maybe that's a synth. Alright, man, we're getting like hardcore video game soundtrack vibes here. But okay, there's Toshiki Kadomatsu. Hey, what's up, buddy? There's the ocean swirling in the background. That's what we got. Okay. So again, with this group, this is 1989. Looking at the cats that we got in here. That's a cool solo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to kill that solo there, Toshiki. Ooh, and now we got this good synth sound. Okay, now we're getting mint jams. All right, I'll always take the mint jam sound. Okay, that's tasty. That's tasty. But you can see we got this massive lineup of all these artists, all these important people. I was trying to look through and see what names I recognized. The ones that we'll all recognize from, that I've already talked about, of course, Nobu Saito, Tomohito Aoki, Toshiki Kadomatsu. But Masaki Matsubara, another really important guitarist who has done, let's just take a look at all the things he did. 0 out of 0. All right, Painted Woman, we've looked at that before. Let's see here. Let's see what he's been credited on. I'm trying to think. I know him. Oh, Rajier, that's a big one. There you go. We've got a name, Taiko, not Taiko Onuki. Who is this? Yeah, Taiko Onuki. There we go. Tatsuro. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, these guys are pretty big names. Man, alright. So this is I'm starting to remember this album. This has that quality of supergroup that a little too many cooks in the kitchen sometimes. There's so much going on. And it's like a lot of the things that I want to hear are kind of getting buried in the different lines. But it's all how you listen to it. Listening to it through the ears of like what we did last week with Junko Ohashi, it's just like, whoa, what's going on? But if you're thinking of it as like, no, this is jazz fusion. This is like a journey. It's an emotion. It's a build. A lot of times it's hard. It can't all be mint jams, baby. It can't just Cassiopeia style drop you in and just be like, we're going. Same with T-Square. They're really good at that. Just like, and we're in. This stuff takes a little bit more time, I think, to ease in, ease out. But here's our percussion solo. I want to know who C. Parker is now, though. That is confusing to me. Written by C. Parker. Like, who the hell is C. Parker? There's no C. Parker here. Unless I'm missing something. You are a great girl. I really feel like they're referencing Charlie Parker, but yeah. This is such a funky hook. Like, am I like really quiet today or something? Let me know. I can turn my microphone up. Oh, I can get in real close. Man, all right. I think at this point in the game, we're gonna cut it down a little bit and go pause right there. Yeah, that song is just kind of like rolling on and rolling on. So, pretty cool. But as I was mentioning, trying to scream over all the fusion jazz there, we can't all be Cassiopeia, can't all be T-Square in terms of dropping in, dropping out of songs amazingly, or something like Time Limit. That song is crazy. Time Limit makes no sense, and how they get into it and out of it is even crazier, but it works well. Here, we've got a lot of cool riffs, a lot of cool sounds, but man, we got a lot going on. And I think I'll reference back this page of how many percussionists do we have in this group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. How many musicians are in the group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 8. You count Toshiki, but it's like every single person is playing percussion, and it's a lot of percussion. They're getting it in there, man. But one of the things that I'm already noticing is like, man, Tomohito Aoki's killing it on bass. I wish I could hear it. There's just so much stuff going on. It's hard to pull it out. But anyway, moving on. Let's take a look, a little overview at Nobu Saito here for a second, just to kind of show off why I'm so obsessed with this character. It's because he just pops up all over the place. So this is his Japanese Wikipedia here. notable, just deadpan comedy of Japanese Wikipedia. His wife is actress Mari Natsuki. His ex-wife is deceased. That's all we get to know about whoever that was. So, anyway, they've got all the names of the bands. All the things. There you go. Virgin Territory was his very first solo album, 1977. And then, yep, he formed Parachute. That's another big band that he was in. Formed Nobu Caine. 1988. What we're listening to today is 1989. All this stuff over here. All these different groups. All these different sounds. The big ones that I wanted to point out over here, on top of just showing you he did a ton of stuff. Junko Ohashi. We've got her. Toshiki Kadomatsu. No surprise. Who else do we see in here? Akina Nakamori. I know I saw Bread and Butter in here. Miki Matsubara. Lots of good stuff here. But if we go to the, not Wikipedia, the Discogs, and we just take a look at just the first several pages. So starting in 1970. These are his original credits here. As we're rolling down, Bread and Butter. That's one of the first things we see. Ten Pan Alley, another important one. This had Hiromi Hosono in it, who is, would go on into a different direction, become super, super important. Had a lot of ties to Yellow Magic Orchestra. Really, really great musicians there. Who else we got? There we go. Masayoshi Takanaka, one of my personal favorites in there. And I do believe we get, what's his name? Fujiyama? No, I'll see his name again here. Tatsuro Yamashita, there we go. Taiko Onuki, Mika and the Sadistic Band, there we go. Hiroshi Sato, and how it's popping off. There we go. Masayoshi Takanaka, there's more Hosono. Jun Fukamachi, there we go. This is the keyboard, crazy keyboard specialist guy. Really good stuff. Rajier, another really, really good artist. Really, really cool stuff. And then I think this is the one where it's really just like boom, 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 hit after hit after hit. So, yeah, Taiko Onuki, then Prism. What else we got in here in this year? Harry Hosono and YMO. More Sadistics. Pacific. That's a great album. Yeah, tons of stuff in here. Let's see. Let's go one more forward. Let's take us to 1978. We're not even to the 80s yet, and this is what he's done. Another Rajier, Love Heart, great album. Who else? I saw one more. I know there's Jackie Chan, like way later. Moonglow by Tatsu. That's a great one. Tatsuro Hayashi, awesome. Now he's the drummer for. I thought he was the drummer for Tatsuro. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he drums for Tatsuro. Oh, there he is for Hosono House. Bread and Butter. Did that say Agnes Chan? Because that's kind of crazy. Seychelles. So that's Takanaka. Maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly there. But yeah. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. All right. Let's keep moving on with this album. So we were listening there to the interlude, You Are a Great Girl, which for an interlude being 8 minutes long or whatever it was, 6.5 minutes long. All right, let's see what happens after that. See if we can get to the actual interlude here. Man, somebody on YouTube really went ham with the credits. Oh, okay, now we're getting a nice little interlude. Here we go. Now this is sounding nice. That's some good mixing right there. Okay, 24. So Savannah Moon starts in 10 seconds, huh? Oh, yep, there we go. Literally a little baby interlude. Okay. Ooh, getting a little Night Trap kind of feel. What is this, Legends of the Hidden Temple? Alright, man, we're really just like existing in the chill, smooth R&B, not even R&B, what am I saying? I'm tired. I don't even know how to describe this other than Legends of the Hidden Temple style, just like background Disney original movie. Now it sounds like I'm taking a dump on this. It's good musicianship, man. And those bongos are just crushing it in the background. I love it. I don't know, man. I'm such a Nobu Saito fan. But this just isn't that good. There's so many good artists. It should be... I don't want to be mean. I feel bad. Because this is such a cool group of people. Look at this. Look at this. That's a cool ass group of people. I'm thinking of it through the wrong lens. If you think of this as just like a album that you would listen to front to back, Junko Hashi style like we did last week, or something like more traditional Toshiki Kadomatsu, absolutely not. It doesn't fit that mold. That's not what this is. It's supposed to be like, sorry, smoke a doobie and listen to it kind of stuff. Like, not to be that way, but like, you just, it's more background listening, video game music, like something else going on. And it is very ambiance driven. And it very much puts you in kind of a headspace or a zone or like a mental image. And in that regard, highly successful. With all the musicians. High levels of musicianship. Having everybody play percussion is a choice. And it's like even all the lead synth instruments, like this little synth pan flute, has like a percussive beginning of the sound. So it's like literally everybody's doing percussion. Yeah. What's up, Poppy D? Polynesian, definitely. You've got a little bit of that Polynesian flair in there. It's a weird one. I'll tell you, it's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But Tomohito, man, he's earning his paycheck over there. He's keeping it glued together. It's all very tight. This is hard counting. And they don't make it sound hard. They make it sound very easy. So this is one of those examples of music that's like, man, it doesn't sound hard, but it's super hard to play. And, you know, these guys clearly put a ton of time and effort into this. It sounds really good, but, I mean, the musicianship, like the recording, all of it sounds really good. It's just, you know, it's a different, if I had a visual to go with it, or I don't know. Like I said, it's video game music or like movie music. I need one more element to be drawn in. I like the shakuhachi though. That's cool. Talked about that a couple weeks ago. That sweet flute that samurai and monks, I guess not samurai, it used to be more Buddhist monks would carry it around and play it, and if you messed with them they could beat you with it because it's literally a piece of bamboo, just a giant piece of bamboo. Okay, let me guess, this song's 15 minutes too? Okay, 5 minutes, 21 seconds. I like that little guitar riff though. That's a sick little guitar riff. That's cool. Alright, let's see, what else do we have from these guys? So it looks like they got 3 main albums. Nobu Caine, Nobu Caine 2, and Ignition. So this one we're listening to right now is 1989. Nobu Caine 2 came out in 1990. And then it looks like the third one was 1996. Now as far as other albums go, looks like they had another one in there in 95, and then Encore in 2000. But I know the lineup of the group changed substantially throughout its lifetime. Got a lot of members in here. Okay, and it looks like we're finally fading out of this Finally. I sound like such a douche talking about this. Again, listening to Nobu Caine, a supergroup formed by Nobu Saito, one of my favorite percussionists of our city pop era, and Toshiki Kadomatsu, another fantastic artist known for his beach, sea vibe kind of stuff. Think of, what is it? Is it Weekend Fly to the Sun? Is that the album? Maybe that's Takanaka. I can't remember. But he did this thing with Kamasami King? No. What's his... Kingo? No. Kingo Hamada? No.
Brain is breaking.
Well, it was a DJ. Anyway, Kamasami Kong. Boom. I got there. Beat the chat. Yes. Anywho, they did this very iconic album where it sounds like you're listening to a radio station, and the DJ is like coming in to help transition between the songs, and so very, very, very different from what's going on here. This is an attempt, or not an attempt. They succeed. This is a bunch of artists who are coming from the more pop side of things and going more to the fusion side of things. So I mentioned earlier things like Cassiopeia, T-Square, guys who it's like, this is what we do all day, all night, is just this kind of fusion, versus these cats who I don't think, with the exception of maybe Tomohito Aoki, most of these cats are not super jazz fusion. Now I could be wrong with Matsubara. Let me double check him before I totally say, oh yes, of course, he never did any fusion. Because he's a lot more poppy in my mind. Parachute, I guess, would be, that is definitely more fusion stuff for sure. But yeah, I would say most of his credits are more in kind of the pop, realm, kind of AOR, adult-oriented rock style. That would be my assessment of that one there. But let's keep rolling here. Let's go. Bangkok. What a name. What a name. Who wrote this one? Written by Nobu Saito. Okay, our previous one was also written by Nobu Saito. So again, we got one more written by Nobu. And this is cool because this is not a... I don't think that's a water sound. I really think that's a synthesizer making white noise. I don't know, maybe that is rain. Dude, okay, I take it back. This is the theme music for Tenchi Muyo. Like, this sounds exactly like the Tenchi Muyo theme song. Or like music from that show. Like whenever they go into space and do all the Jiraiyan stuff. Okay, now I can hear where 5 percussionists start to shine. This sounds good. I like this. This has a good build. Good synth sounds. Yeah, this sounds good. I like this. Special thanks to Japan Percussion Center for letting us use all your stuff. Oh, hell yeah, now we're talking. Tomohito, hit us. Whoa. Whoa. Aggressive. That's like the... That's the synthesizer from Mortal Kombat, man. Fatality. I'm just now looking at the titles of these tracks. Not only do we get to hear something called Jessica, But we get Caribbean pirates? I'm excited. Whoa! What kind of weird synth fretless bass is that? Oh man, that's a weird one. That's a weird sound. That was a very weird sound. I'm gonna guess that was a fretless bass, but it might have been a fretless bass sampled on a synthesizer. It was very strange. So I was looking up to see, well, I wonder where Nobu Caine has been referenced recently or released. And I guess they were re-released in 2020, one song. And it's called Toshiki Kadomatsu Works Good Digger. I guess he was digging for the good stuff. Let's see what he found. Oh, we got some Tomohito Aoki in there. Windy Summer. That's a great song. Goodbye Boogie Dance. Hey, there's Yada. Okay, that caught me off guard. That was cool. That's Toshiki Kadomatsu, baby. Just doing that like tape splice. I do like that stuff. It's a cool fake out. And there he comes in with the little scream guitar. I like it. Cool. Good digger. All right, starting to kick off a little bit. I was starting to get worried about, for all the hype I put on Nobu Saito and how much I love him and mention him on the channel. I was starting to get a little concerned, like, oh boy, this isn't slapping as hard as I wanted it to slap. But that track starting to pivot it back around for me. So again, got to adjust our ears a little bit here. This is not our average city pop album. Got to think a little bit outside of the box. We got to think about the musicians that are on here, all super technically proficient musicians in their own right on their own instruments, all playing percussion. Adding new elements here and really creating, I'm not going to say soundscape, but very atmospheric music. Video game music is really the best I can describe it as because it has this energy while also creating kind of a mental picture environment. Having played a lot of video games, as I know many of you have, there were moments that we've heard in here that sound a little bit like Castlevania, kind of giving you that kind of feel, that old kind of big empty cathedral full of ghosts and goblins feel. We also had kind of an exploration, kind of like sci-fi sounds. As I mentioned, this Tenchi Muyo reference, which is a show that's all about, you know, a guy living kind of the generic, ordinary, traditional life in Japan. Then he finds out, oh man, I'm related to space royalty that fight in crazy interdimensional wars and stuff. And, you know, it's this fusion musically of sci-fi and traditional. So you've got pop music with, you know, 500-600-year-old instruments, that kind of thing. So that fusion, again, listening to jazz fusion, is one of the things that we're kind of keying in on and listening to here with this album today. So thank you for joining. Can never get enough Nobu. I'm glad Poppy D's on board with the Nobu. You know, you gotta show the bongo players some love sometimes, man. You just got to. Okay, so that was Bangkok, And now we're getting ready for Jessica. Again, percussive is the name of the game. Percussive keys. Percussive keys with a lot of coffee. But I love those bongos, baby. Oh, it's actually Jessica! Hey, the Allman Brothers. Okay, that's cool. That's the Allman Brothers, right? Let's see if I lost all my credit. I actually am ashamed of myself. I knew it was. Oh, it's almond. Well, I guess I didn't know anything. I really just typed in almond, like the nut, the Allman Brothers. Yeah, I know. I can't catch a break ever. Not one. I knew it was almond, but nobody will ever believe me now because my brain is so bad. I don't know how they made Jessica somehow more happy, but yeah. They made it more happy. Ah, but was that? Okay. What is happening? This is like the I'm never gonna live this shit down. You ever listen to the Pecan Pal? The Allman Brothers are cool, but have you listened to the Pecan Pals? Yep, this is my life now. This is my life. Where's that, Yeah. That's how I'm feeling right now. Alright, who's playing keys on this? Richard Betts. Tadashi. I don't know these guys. Whoa, this is... Alright, I think I've had about enough keyboard Jessica there. Ah, yes, the Pecan Pals. That comment, as you can see, spiritually broke me. Just absolutely. Yeah, this is like the Diddy Kong OST version of Jessica, for sure. Oh my goodness, this is a 7-minute, yep. This is a full-ass version of Jessica. They're getting back into it. It's just so happy. It's so impossibly happy. Alright, skip. That's it. Alright, I love the Allman, not Almond, Brothers. And I always like a good Jessica, but this is 5 clicks faster with no breaks in between. And I think we all know what Jessica sounds like. So thank you, Pecan Pals. We are now going to Night in Koza. Let's take a listen to this one. This is a track that apparently Toshiki Kadomatsu felt was good enough to be in his Good Digger album. So let's see how good it is. Okay, we're Finally getting a different sound that doesn't start with 18 percussion instruments. Now I'm gonna guess this one was not written by Nobu Saito. And there we go. So now we got our first song written by Toshiki Kadomatsu. That's a little cold-blooded. When he's picking Nobu Caine songs to put on his best of album, he picks the one he wrote. Although, to be fair, it's quite a bit better. I hate to say better. Again, I'm speaking in wrong terms. It's just very different. This is what I'm more used to in the city pop style, is this more melody-driven kind of stuff. But still, very much living in that fusion instrumental world. I'm wondering if we're going to get some vocals, because something has to have vocals at some point, because everybody's on here is, well, Nobu's singing. One of these days, baby. Is it just going to be the last one? I'm going to forget you. Pretty cool. It's just so much percussion, man. Just like non-stop. Even when I turn it down, all I hear is random beats of tambourine in my ear. Just it's insanity. I'll never live down the almond dudes. Here, let me see if I can get a picture of them. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's what the Almond Brothers look like. Let me see this. No, I did not mean the Almond Brothers. No. Almond Nut. There we go. Almond Brothers. Boom. Why the hell does that say the Virginia Lottery? What is happening? Racing nuts. The world is a strange place, everybody. The world is a very strange place. All right. While all this is happening in the background, I thought, I have no idea where the direction of these Waken Bass is going. Clearly, you can tell by this king of episodes right here of how well this is going. Trying to get some ideas of, all right, what have we done? What have we listened to? What are we going to listen to in the future? What are some things to check out? Two things I wanted to look at. One, we've looked at in the past, which is this big city pop chart that was put together by the Reddit city pop group. I'm not sure. Let me see here. I want to give all proper credit to people who did this because, again, I did not do any of this. But this is from the City Pop Reddit place. Pretty cool. But as you look through here, there are some things I totally agree with, but some things that I think are woefully missing. For instance, if we look in here and we check out the essentials, while this is great, Taiko Nuki Sun Shower, Tatsuro Yamashita For You, all this kind of stuff, these are all great. Where's Right on Time? Right on Time is the essential, baby. That's better than For You. I will fight you. We can fist fight. It is better. Henri, Timely. Okay, that one's great. Toshiki Kadomatsu After 5 Clash. Great album, but it's arguable whether or not it's the best. All these things are subjective. Ain't nothing wrong with these 5 albums. But I'm just saying, man, there's some other options here. And then this is the one that really gets me, is down here. They've got jazz, fusion, etc. Why is Mint Jams all the way down here, baby? I know y'all gave it a star, which, to be fair, is needed because it says essential, good starting point. But then why do the essentials not have any stars? You see what I'm saying? So, going through here, I thought, all right, well, let's talk about some of these and see what we got as far as what have we looked at, what should we still check out in the future, and do we agree with a lot of these things? Because, like, look at this. Toshiki Kadomatsu, C is a Lady. Yeah, that is the better album to listen to than After 5 Clash, in my personal opinion. Like, it's different, but anywho. And I'm not at all trying to attack or poop on whoever it was who originally made this list, because this stuff is all absolutely subjective, with the exception of Cassiopeia Mint James. That's like the best thing ever. Everybody needs to know about that. Everyone needs to listen to that. Masayoshi Takanaka, Insatiable High. Personally, I think everybody should check out because it's pretty dope. And then the ones over here that are just like the random mentions. Yoshino Fujima, that album is amazing. Midnight Plus One, it's just so cool. Such a good song. The ABs are also super, super cool. They need to have a little more recognition. We listened to this last week. Junko Ohashi, Magical. A lot of those tracks were from Point Zero. Really good album. Seaside Lovers. Another one that is just kind of a random side album that's really, really, really good. And then, of course, this I don't know a ton about with the folk rock blues, but they put Hiromi Hosono over here, which is another great person, and that's who we're listening to today. Not Hosono himself, but Tomohito Aoki. He plays with Hosono. So anywho, if you guys have not seen this chart, this is a pretty cool chart to check out as far as somewhere to get started. And we've looked through a lot of these things. So if we go through things like the other classics, Sugar Babe, which is early Tatsuro stuff, I don't know, man, that's not that great. I'm sorry. Miki Matsubara is great. Mayamane, amazing. This is a great album. Tasogare. We listened to Wish, Hiromi Iwasaki, a couple weeks ago. Not bad at all. I had a couple tracks that were really, really, really good. Minako Yoshida, I don't remember Monochrome specifically, but she's a great city pop artist. She's kind of more in the idol zone. Maria Takeuchi, I don't know Miss M. I don't know this album, but Maria Takeuchi, obviously fantastic. Really, really great. A Long Vacation. We have done that a long time ago. I can't remember exactly who put all that together. I know it says Iichi Otaki, but that doesn't sound very familiar to me. And let's see what we got in here. Wasn't going on with Sharon. They had a Sunday in Blue. I have no idea. I really don't know anything about the Allman Brothers other than, what is it, Jessica and what was that other song they had? Shoot. Yeah, I guess that's the only song I know from the Allmans. See, Dano Kana by Kanaka Wada. I think it's a great album, but I have a feeling it may not be your cup of tea. Oh, let's check it out. I'll look that up here. Let's keep rolling with the Nobu Saito, see what we got here, because I do want to get to this Caribbean Pirates. We're finally there. All right. Let's get some Caribbean Pirates. Oh, whoa. What? What is this synthesizer? Let's check it out. I definitely love that top. That's an awesome leather jacket. Okay, let's see if we don't have a whole lot of info on this. Hope we can get a better one. There we go. Hey, look at that. Jun Aoyama. Isn't that the drummer for Casio? Oh, that's Tatsuro Yamashita's drummer. There we go. Yeah. GoldenEye 64 sounding synths. Good ear, man. Everything is like the most percussive synthesizer you can possibly have. Hey, look at that. Nobu Saito and Pecker. Man, what an absolute terrible name, having Pecker as your name. Anywho, yeah, that's cool. Fujimaru Yoshino. There you go. Who else we got on here? Well, this is very cool. I'll definitely check this out. If it's funk, you know, city soul, that's definitely my cup of tea. Man, this does not feel very piratey. I question your pirateness, y'all. Okay, so going back down here and just turning that down. So, if y'all have not seen this this infographic here, go check it out. So all I typed in was just city pop chart Reddit, and you'll have this guy pop up here. And again, not being super familiar with the folk rock blues area, with everything else, I think we've got a pretty good overview of what's happened. And here's that Kana Kawada right there, that Kana. So we'll definitely check that out. Ramu, we have looked at that before. That was like a super group with vocalists, and that was pretty cool. Omega Tribe is very cool. I don't know about Rivers Island. That's kind of a weird one to choose. I would do Transit in Summer, but that's just me. Yorie Kokubu 72-hour relief. I think that should be just like absolute mandatory listen. It's so good. Piper Summer Breeze. People talk a lot about how great that album was. I was not blown away. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I just was not blown away, and it was kind of impressed upon me that it would change my life, and it didn't really. EPO's cool. EPO is another one that I didn't really know what I was getting into there, but they're cool. They're very cool. And then, I think I mentioned everybody else in there. Idol Pop. I did a little bit of this. Hey, we got a dude idol who's not Jackie Chan. That's pretty good. Toshihiko Tahara. I'll have to go check that out. Huh. And then, we did Momoko Kikuchi. So this is the stuff that's definitely not as much my jam. I will enjoy a good pop song or two, like super idol pop song from time to time. But that Adventure album, 1986, is legit. Very, very cool. Very, very good. I also liked Minako Honda and Lips. I liked that album quite a bit. The rest of these, I don't know all of these super well. I know the Yuki Saito, Akina Nakamori, don't know Hiromi Go. I've heard that name a lot. I don't know why I can't put a name in my head to that. Let's see here. Folk Rock Country Blues. Yep, Hosono House. That is just an amazing album. He set out to try to recreate the Beatles' first album. Like in his own way, and I think he did, or capture that Beatles sound. It's very cool. I don't know any of that other stuff. Jazz Fusion, yep. Prism, excellent. I don't really see how Insatiable High is jazz fusion, I guess. Fusion is such a wide term. Whoa, someone's singing. What's happening? Girl with freckles, huh? So is this Nobu Saito singing? I think it is. I'd like to believe that. He's got a good voice, whoever this is. Good job. Nice voice. Cool guitar solo. Okay. That was a cool little guitar turnaround there. I did like that. Okay. So, T-Square. I don't know. Truth album. To be honest, I don't really know a lot of T-Square albums. I just know their compilation stuff and of what I've listened to on YouTube, and of course Cassiopeia and the Square. Love that. Let's see, got some non-Japanese albums. Evelyn King, Get Loose. Soul Lady. Got some modern artists in here. Ooh, Ryun Senkei, we've listened to that. Listened to them before, and they're very cool. Kind of neo city pop group. need to check these other ones out too. I feel like Tomomi Sano Silent Flight we did before. We talked about that somehow. Is that Seaside Lovers again? Did they put that on here twice? Maybe not. It's like, dang. But anyway, so this is one list. Not bad. Definitely would like to get your opinions on it. But the other list, and I'm gonna way turn that down there, is this one. So this is rateyourmusic.com. I've talked about this a couple times before, but they've got a section for the top city pop albums of all time. And again, how they're defining city pop, not exactly sure, but this is what we got. So, Right on Time. Now we're talking. I think that is the album. That's the representative album for Tatsuro Yamashita. I like how one of the describing characters is optimistic in the music. So, Right on Time. For You, of course, a great album. Can't say it's not a great album. It is. Timely by Henri, totally agree. Seychelles, Masayoshi Takanaka. I just don't see why Sugar Babe does this well. It's cool, but it's not. I don't know. That's me. After Five Clash is a great album. Love Trip is a great album. Moonglow, great album. I do not know what this is. From 2005. Neo City Pop. Very interesting. Taiko Nuki Sunshower. Fantastic. Here's one that I think is overlooked. Mignon. Taiko Nuki. I don't even think that was on this album over here. You had another album by her. And I know that they mentioned in the creation of that list that they didn't want to do duplicates as much as they could. But yeah, Taiko Nuki, man. She's fantastic. Tons more Tatsu. Some Junko Communication. This is a fantastic album. Did that a while back on the channel. Insatiable High. Soul Lady. Okay, so this is brand new. That's relatively new. 2 years ago. Don't know that at all. I have to go check that out. Pacific was a very, very cool album. Very, very iconic for that period. C is a Lady. Toshiki, see, that's the one we talked about earlier. Minako Yoshida. Meiko Nakahara. Important. Now we're starting to get a little bit of repetitions. Makoto Matsushita, First Light. It's a fantastic one. More Tatsuro. There's Momo. Or Momoko. Can't talk today. This is a great album. Fuyukyukan. I cannot talk. Tomoko Orions, great album. It's got the Hitonitsu no Tapestry. Fun one to play on bass. More Henri. Anyway. Cool stuff to go through. You guys will have to let me know in the old chat and in the Discord what kind of stuff you want to check out and what do you want to listen to next. This might be a top candidate right here because it keeps our connection going to Nobu Saito, which I always love, and is going to be a little more funk soul pop with a cool little crop top leather jacket. And man, we still got 11 minutes. Oh my goodness. They end it with an 11-minute song? No. 7-minute song. I just can't do any time today. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty chill. We're already 10 minutes over. I think we're going to go ahead and just switch that on over back to the main view and start doing our final wrap-up thoughts on this album for the day. So, Nobu Caine, an album with 8 musicians, a lead percussionist, and 7 backup percussionists. Sounds like a lot going on. And there's some really cool points in there. These last 2 tracks that have singing on it are very cool. The cover of Jessica by the Almond Brothers, I'll never live that shit down, it was pretty cool. Little ADD, little hyper, but not bad, not bad. I definitely liked the Toshiki Kadomatsu tunes a little bit better than the Nobu Saito ones. Only because I think that's what I'm more used to. And with the Nobu Saito ones, there were some interesting instrumental tracks, but it took me a while to put myself mentally in the zone of, oh yeah, I'm playing a dungeon crawler. I'm playing like Castlevania or Metroid. And once I was in that headspace, the the Savannah Moon and Bangkok those are pretty cool. Asian Wind and You Are a Great Girl were a little hard for me to really sink my teeth into, and Caribbean Pirates just didn't really hit it for me. But I definitely like Night in Koza. Girl with Freckles was cool. This song, I'm Gonna Forget You, nice kind of chill ballad in the background. It was nice to hear Tomohito Aoki again, though. I haven't listened to his bass playing in a while, and I really like how he's able to keep things, real smooth and deep, and then be able to pop out with some finger action, all that kind of good stuff to really make his tone pop out above everything else. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to just about do it for me here today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Wonderful weekend as we're coming up here on a holiday season for everybody. Happy respective holiday and celebration time for y'all. If you haven't, go ahead and join the Discord. Link in description below. Totally free. Really great place to go hang out, meet some new people who also love city pop and talking about all this stuff. Eventually, I'm gonna get a bass tab out. I just have to get my stuff together and just start doing it. Hopefully, I will do that today. If you guys want to check out my Patreon, you can go check that out. I've got a free week trial if you want to look at the videos and materials that are over there. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help, make some videos to help do all that kind of good stuff. But until then, next time I see y'all, I hope you have a good time. I'm losing the ability to do this show. I can't talk. Everything's going bad. All right, guys. I love you. I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye. Still